All right, guys, while we are running all the wiring for the the whip install and everything else we're doing, also installing a Do Honest HD backup camera and monitor kit. Two cameras, screen, two cameras, 1080p or 720, who knows. But it says it's 1080p. Comes with all the stuff, all the wiring, and plenty of distance of cables to route your cameras in the front and rear. Let me show you what we're thinking. This is how the rear would look if carrying a gas can and with the socket on here. Gonna mount camera right here, shine him that way, route wiring through here. It's magically going to go through all this and be super easy and not be a problem at all. And then the screen is actually going to go up here. The mirror's obviously bent down. It's going to go there, and I'm going to end up sliding my mic, moving my magnetic mic piece over, and that screen's going to go right there to replace that mirror that's really non-functional for me because of the spare tire and then boxes that I'll put in there. It's just pretty much useless. Then the front we haven't really looked at yet, but it's gonna go up here somewhere. Let me get back with you. All right, so we've decided we're gonna try two options. One, spread these guys apart and put it in here a little bit back so the light doesn't drown it out, or it's going to go on the bottom of this mounted upside down, just right here facing this way. So we're going to test, make sure the lights don't drown it out at night. If it doesn't, we'll put it down there. Otherwise, it'll go up here. All right, location of the rear camera for temporary. See, we have the zip ties on there. Need to adjust angles and whatnot, and then we'll do something a little more permanent than those guys. Routing this cable, not terrible, but you know, fun. Routed up, over, around, in. Actually, you see that graded tubing up here? I went in over here because the end of that thing is pretty big, the end of that screw in, so I couldn't follow some of the other lines, and I didn't really want to go down into the firewall. I could have, but I went through a spot over here. Also, real quick, that's what it looks like after doing the brake light ad for the whips. All right, let's walk over here. I wanted to show this. Well, I'll show you. I'm in the middle of doing all this. It looks like a mess, but it'll be better. Routing all the cables. That's a whip cable and all kind of other cabling I'm doing from the back up to here. It's going to be housed. The brains of the whip's going to be right here, and then up and over up this side, because this is my least congested side here. And I just wanted to show this again. I know in a past video, when I installed this bar and said, you know, it's there for things in the future. Well, we're in the future, and perfect place, perfect thing to use to mount that screen. Really pleased with that. This will rotate. I'll adjust that when I get it all set up and I'm in there. But I'm gonna end up sliding. This is my external speaker for the regular radio. Doesn't have to be there, you know, as loud as I'll get out. So I will slide it a little ways this way and then mount my the thing I have for my mic. I'll mount it on this side because I want that other to be more centered, and I don't really care with the mic. It can be wherever. So, but that's how that's going to work. I wanted to show, and these screws that came with this thing obviously are not they're not galvanized stainless or nothing. So whenever it bothers me enough, I need to replace those with something that's not going to rust. But it doesn't bother me because I don't see it. Front, let me show you. Well, I'll do that in just a second. All right, so it's another day. Obviously, I have finished the task and wanted to get a little better video, showing what it looks like. This is it done up here, and I'll show you what it looks like in just a little bit. But going back to where the other video just ended, front wire goes obviously behind here, this way, down, and goes, you saw my mess I had before, up through here. Let's see, it is this guy here. So here, I put it in this flex cable and stuff, Harbor Freight, down, around, out the front. You can see what it looks like from the front. We did end up splitting those guys apart and putting it there, and it gives a really good view from the front. Let's go hop in it. Alright, so your view right there, I mounted a switch to turn it on and off from here instead of having to use, just worry about the power button here. I ran the switch for that. You can look also, I know I commented, I did source some better, I think these are titanium or something crazy, but they're not going to rust, so that'll be the one thing on this side by side that does not rust. That'll be good, money well spent. So let's cut it on down here, cut him on, he comes on, that's the front, and you hit the channel button, obviously that's the back. I have something laying in front of it, kind of funny. Oh, that's the Badlands jack handle. Okay, I was wondering what that was. But one thing I had to do for the front, let's switch back to it, and I'm hoping this comes through. I'll double check it later. You see front is accurate. You have to go in here to the menu, go to mode, and then turn on this one mirror on, because what it will do if you don't do that is your front on here will be mirrored. And so what I use it for, what I've used it for, is rock crawling. So you want to make sure that giant boulder that you're about to hit or approach is on the right and not the left. You know, so it's doable without it, but it's kind of a pain, and you have to really be thinking about it when you're in the heat of it. You don't want to have to worry about it. So screen gives you a very good representation of what is directly in front. You can see my view, even sitting up as far as I can. That's the view you got. This guy gives you this view, and if you wanted, you could tilt that down a little bit more, and I have done that to give you exactly what's in front of you, in case you don't necessarily have a spotter you're running first or what have you, you know, and you're trying to get through something. 99% of the time I use it for the backup camera portion. That's where my main blind spots are. My side-by-side has, I think you can see, besides that crappy rear glass, all this stuff. Normally I have Milwaukee stuff in there as well with the tire there, so seeing behind isn't all that easy. I do have you know, the mirrors and all, but this gives me a view of what's right behind me. I can back up straight to a boulder, to a tree, to a whatever, and not necessarily have to ram into it. You know, sometimes you do just for the fun of it. Now, one thing, you know, this guy is not waterproof, so what I do is I went out and invested a hefty sum of money into a shower cap. This is a high quality Walmart grade shower cap, and when I'm traveling, I just, when I'm trailering it, I mean, I just put this over it. So far it has stayed, and it's still working. I would recommend, because I have used it, is getting the warranty from Amazon. It's cheap. This camera was, the whole front and rear setup was really inexpensive. It was maybe $70. So the add-on insurance was like another warranty was like 10 bucks or something. What I didn't show, and I stopped in my original video, probably because I was a little upset, was when I was installing this originally, this was wired, and I had, you know, just one of these on, and I was configuring and all that kind of stuff, and it slipped and fell, and this bad boy fell straight down on top of this. It did not have this on it because everything in here was in pieces, and that screen, it hit right there and shattered that screen, just boom, right away. I mean, it had been literally installed for maybe a minute, maybe tops. I was pretty excited about that, pretty happy. So I contacted the warranty deal on Amazon, and I had another one of these in 3 days. So could definitely not complain with that. And it has since worked flawlessly, as long as I do not do anything stupid to break it. So that's the setup. I'll be posting some additional videos showing some of the other wiring work that I did at the same time. I think I may have some pictures possibly of setting up this stuff. But if you've watched my other videos, all this is very similar. All this comes out. You know, you worry with your wiring. You run your powers from your battery to here, up top. If you have more questions on that, I'll answer that in comments below. I do not have videos specifically on that, but I do cover that in other wiring videos that I have posted. But that's it. I would recommend getting one of these if it's something you're interested in doing. It wasn't something that I felt was 100% needed, but now that I have it, I'm glad I did it. So thanks guys, like, subscribe, all that mess. Appreciate y'all.